Hi everybody, Russ on the West Ham Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my friends. I genuinely do. If you're new, Andy, give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, and just give it a bloody good subscribe. Why don't you? Or maybe become a channel member. Hit the join button and get into monthly draws, weekly draws as well. We're going to be doing soon as well. So if you want to get involved with that, just hit the join button. Lots of news. We're not no talk about the new kit. No talk about the hand with the spray can. None of that talk today. We bring to you 3 stories, as we always do in Hammers Headlines in association with KUMB.com. Today is the 9th of June. Transfer window opens tomorrow. And we spoke about at lunchtime today. Reports about Rafinha apparently telling Leeds that he wants to go and what that could mean potentially to West Ham. As we were obviously linked with him in January. And a bit of a sort of player profile, all you need to know about Rafinha, that type of thing as well. So check that out. Also, if you're around tonight, if you haven't got anything better to do, 9 p.m. UK time, we have got the robots. The Machine, Tim Breaker on the channel doing a live Q&A. And it's a totally interactive show. So the idea is it's just a live Q&A as if you were asking the questions yourselves. So if we don't have no questions, we haven't got much to talk about. We've got loads to talk about, but you know what I mean. So make sure you get there 9 p.m. UK time on the West Ham Network, and a live Q&A with Tim Breaker, and we've got some good ones coming up as well, so keep an eye out for that. Hopefully it's 1 a week, if not 2, and some celebrity fans, all that type of stuff, and sportsmen who are West Ham fans, and yeah, that's enough teasing, that's enough clickbaiting, innit? So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any of the interviews we've got coming up. 3 stories, as I said. The first one involves sort of a departure, but with a sort of, okay, that's better, a departure in Saeed Benrahma, but it's sort of 1 in, 1 out. That's the general idea. According to various sources, West Ham are open to sell Saeed Benrahma as David Moyes looks to clear the rooms, clear the decks, for basically Jesse Lingard to make a return to East London. Obviously, Jesse's asking for a lot of wages as well, and you know, there's that sort of area, that sort of, I'd say, more attacking, creative midfielder role. We've got several players in that position, arguably. Obviously, we're yet to make any moves in the summer transfer window, although that hasn't opened officially until Friday, tomorrow. But obviously, Moyes will absolutely want new recruits in. The likes of Areola, Aguard, and Lingard are sort of the 3 which we think probably are going to be the most likely. And there will be changes, and one of them could see Benrahma move on. The Guardian report that West Ham are willing to sell him as he looks to bring in Jesse. It stated that Benrahma's inconsistency has frustrated Moyes and could simply cash in on the Algerian this summer. He has played some great games, but he has played some not so great games. But to be honest, so has everyone to some extent. I think because of his position, because he is a creative one, it sort of highlights it a little bit more, in my opinion. Moyes wants to really push on next season into a top 6 side, and believes Benrahma's inability to influence big games consistently is holding West Ham back a little. West Ham paid 30 million quid for him last season, and just how much they'll get back, who knows. Benrahma did notch up 8 goals last season, 6 assists, and some great plaudits for some games. I think Owen Hargreaves, I think it was a BT Sport game, that Europa League game where he turned up where we were absolutely rubbish, and he just came on. He called him fabulous. So fabulous. So that's what he called him. So I mean, he has had some great performances, but it has been up and down. I think that's been the problem, and that's the problem for Moyes. It's about consistency with him as well, I think, with David Moyes. So apparently they're ready to sell him, and that would have, of course, 1 in, 1 out. So it would ramp up his interest in Jesse Lingard, who's obviously available on a free transfer. And we know that. He's running in Dubai, it seems, every day. So there we go. He's obviously struggled for game time at United, and obviously famously, they left the same day as Paul Pogba this summer, and he racked up 9 goals and 4 assists and 6 appearances for the Hammers when he came and joined us on loan for the second half of the 2021 season. So there's a hope that Jesse's return will be obviously permanent, of course, and that would potentially replace the outgoing side Benrahma potentially. So we'll see what happens there. I think there will definitely be some movement with the likes of Benrahma and Vlasic as well. And actually, last week we did a keep, sell, loan sort of show. Me and Anton did with the defenders and goalkeepers. So we're going to do that next week, probably, early next week, with the midfielders and attackers, and it'll give you the opportunity to vote whether you think we should keep Benrahma, we should sell him. He's a very divisive character, I think. There's 2 camps, isn't there? And I'm straddling between the 2, to be honest. But we'll see what happens in the summer when the transfer window officially opens on Friday. The next story is about a left back, and a left back we've spoken about quite a lot, really. Aaron Hickey. There was talk in, was it 2 weeks ago, the Bologna director of football was over talking to London clubs, various Premier League clubs, but in London. And obviously there's several players we were looking at Bologna, including Hickey. And apparently, according to The Sun, we are considering a move to sign him. And the newspaper reported on their website yesterday that obviously we know that Moyes wants ideally a new left back to come in time for the start of the season, and he's obviously needs a replacement for Aaron Cresswell, a eventual replacement. Aaron Cresswell's 32, he's a great servant, but he's coming to the end of his career, particularly as a left back. I think it's a similar situation when Zabaleta was playing for us, and there was like that last season where it was just a season too far in terms of that sort of pace needed for a modern day fullback. So apparently Rangers and Bournemouth are reportedly both keen on our young left back, Emmanuel Longelo. Obviously came on and played in that Europa League game. I thought he played a bloody good game, probably out of the pick of the 7, probably played the best of all the 7 kids that came on. But it's seemingly though as he's not favoured, it seems, and he could well be shown the door. Which again, I mean, after that performance, I don't think we've really seen him anywhere really in the under-23s, or he hasn't appeared in the squad either, in the first team squad. So a bit of a mystery about it. I know he got injured, but it seems that he's going to be moved on. I mean, obviously we were looking at Calvin Bassey from Rangers. It could mean that he could go to Villa are looking at him, and Rangers are looking at Longelo as a potential replacement. Nottingham Forest are also looking at Longelo as well in the January transfer window. So there's definitely clubs interested in him. So it's a surprise that we are not keeping him, if that's the case, but we'll see what happens. Hickey himself is 19, a 19-year-old Scottish international. He's had a great year, great season for Bologna. He scored 5 goals and 1 assist in 36 league games. Playing mainly as sort of a left-sided wing-back, so he's got that attacking side, so it's he can also play right side on the pitch as well, and can drop into a more reserved role. There we go. However, he is more known for this sort of attack-minded fullback. I think he's a player who bombs forward. He's a player that we would love to see. I know Arsenal were sniffing around, but Arsenal got they got Kieran Tierney. They've already got a left back. They don't need a Scottish left back. We want a Scottish left back. The Edinburgh Post reported on the 18th of May that Hickey is valued at 13 million, and that he's been lined up by Arsenal, Brentford, Newcastle, Napoli, and West Ham. And the deal will be tough, competing against the likes of Arsenal. I'd say, who obviously could offer Champions League football. Newcastle obviously can offer the wages. Napoli obviously staying in Italy, but surely David Moyes, out of all of them, he's a Scottish manager. He's Scottish. He should use his national heritage. Surely we've got some sort of a leg up there because Moyes is a Scot. Who knows? But I'd love to see him at West Ham. I think it'd be a really good addition and someone we'd really enjoy seeing, particularly with that future. Being 19 as well, he's got 10 years ahead of him at least at the top level. He's a top player. And lastly, talk about youngsters. Another starlet we've been linked with. To be honest, it's one of these ones which are out of the blue, which always the out of the blue ones are the ones which I always take more interest in, because I think with the whole thing about Rob Newman, we're going to get these random people join our club and we won't know so much about them. We did it with Souček, obviously before Newman, but Souček and Soufal we didn't know a lot of. So I don't discount anyone we haven't heard of, if that makes sense. But apparently we've opened talks to sign FC Zurich defender, Berik Omeragic, probably. The 22-year-old is entering his final contract at FC Zurich. That's according to Touted Web, my favourite Italian news outlet. It revealed on Wednesday that we're in talks with the Swiss international, along with a host of other clubs, including Torino and AC Milan. The right-footed centre-half has played 28 times in all competitions for FC Zurich this year, as well as 4 matches for the Switzerland under-21 side. The fact he's entering the last year of his contract, a relatively risk-free signing, in my opinion. It would obviously command a relatively low fee, being in his last year of his contract. Being young, wages would be comparatively low as well. It's interesting how we're sort of, obviously the news today broke how we're set to sign, what was the lad's name? I had it here. Patrick Kelly from Coleraine, the Northern Ireland club. Again, 17, a lot of clubs, teenager. We seem to be trying to develop this, like bring in the best youth players into the under-23s and under-18 squads, and obviously progress some of them through. Obviously, we had, I think, about 16 scholars and first teams and first-year contracts announced yet last week as well, including like Steve Jones, his son, and people like that. So it does seem to sort of, we are bringing through, but whether they progress into the first team, that's the issue, isn't it? That's the issue we're having. And someone like Berik, bringing him in, what does that mean for Elise? What does that mean for Baptiste? So it's great bringing them in, but where does that lead to? And similarly, the other side is, I remember when we signed, Gonzalo. Do you remember Gonzalo, the Portuguese centre-half, who's going to be the next big thing? And I think he's playing in Switzerland now, if I think. Haspanovic, all these types of players, and they just nothing happens with them. So it's exciting. Obviously we like signing players. Any players would be nice, doesn't matter what age group, to be honest. But we'll see how they progress. And that's it today, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, if you're around tonight, 9 p.m, we've got Tim Breaker live on the channel doing a live Q&A. Tim's a lovely bloke, really knowledgeable about his football. And obviously we'll be talking about his, asking him anything about his time at West Ham or the current team and all that type of stuff. He does a lot of scouting, a lot of coaching and stuff as well. So he'll be able to give advice and things like that as well. And that's it, my friends. So take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Stay lucky, stay cheeky, and stay positive. Tomorrow the transfer window opens officially. Then when do we start panicking? When do we start panicking? Anyway, I might do a sweepstake. When's our first signing? Anyway, take care. Put in the comments, when do you think our first signing will be? When do you think our first signing will be? And if anyone gets it right, we'll find a prize and send it to you. So take care, everyone. Stay safe. Wash those hands. Stay lucky, stay cheeky, as I said. And ciao for now, my friends. Bye.